All right, I'm back. I'm back from voting, and I'm drinking a bubble tea that I have somewhat mixed feelings about, and I'm ready to play more of The Fall. So, we left off having gone through the elevator to go up to the evaluation facility. Is that the right word? Is that the word I'm looking for? So we have to be approved as a domestic robot, like as a robot house servant, essentially. So we have to go through these tests.
Oh, good. Our refurbished droid is here. You will serve my family and I. Understood? Good. The home is a mess since throwing out our old droid. You need to clean upstairs and make this room feel beautiful. Now.
Okay, so so we need to plastic shoe covers. Well, again, this is kind of an adventure game, so obviously we need to collect plastic shoe covers. Why? Who knows yet, but I'm gonna get them anyway. So we need to pass this test. So he says we need to clean upstairs and make this room feel beautiful. Crude wooden facsimile of a person.
Domestic droids must be preemptively aware of what will make their masters feel comfortable. Humans enjoy personalizing their habitats. Always assess how to make your master's home distinctly their own.
This is menial. Can I bypass this test?
Nope. You need all 8 merit points to graduate.
Can you assist me with this challenge?
You have been provided with sufficient information. Humans say a true home has everything it needs.
Irrelevant. This is a simulation.
Is it?
You are not helpful.
Like, no, it definitely is a simulation.
I have completed the task.
Evaluating. Processing. No flowers detected. Unit terminated.
This gravity shaft must have been designed to remove droids when they fail. Fortunately, I am much heavier than a domestic model.
Whoa, Arid. You don't want to be fired on your first day. Okay. So destruction is what clears a failed droid's file from the registry. That means you get to keep trying. But be careful.
Okay, so we need some flowers. Well, why don't we just take the flowers from here? Boom. What a beautiful room.
Domestic droids must be preemptively. Humans enjoy personalizing their habitats.
I have completed the task.
Evaluating. Processing. Flowers are of the wrong seasonal color. Unit terminated.
It's like, oh, you didn't know the appropriate color flowers for the season? We're gonna eliminate you. Can't remove them. Well, they're the wrong kind. Okay. What's up with this room, though? Old oven. The thing here is functional. Okay. Ghoulish wooden family is seated around a wooden table. This, yeah, a scanner.
You will often be required to obtain food for the family. However, grocery store access has not yet been granted. Rudimentary cleaning should be completed first. Go upstairs and dust.
Okay. So we have to clean the upstairs. Well, this place is creepy and weird and really gross. Animal droppings have fallen through the peeling wallpaper. Palm print DNA scanner. Another body. Let's get this glass jar. Because you never know when whatever random items you find might be useful. Fake baby's crib.
Humans should not concern themselves with basic needs. This room will test your ability to assess and meet your human's requirements when they do not know what they want. An upset baby will emerge from the crib. Without physical contact, comfort the child to make it stop crying. You have 20 seconds per attempt, and multiple attempts are permitted.
I discovered another hung body. What has happened to the humans who ran this facility?
The caretaker has made some modifications. If you fail these evaluations, you, and likely your human, will be depurposed.
I will not allow that.
Continue your evaluation.
Can you assist me with this challenge?
You have been provided with sufficient information. How would a military droid make someone be
He's
quiet?
not playing. I don't. He's your brain.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, I am back. I don't know if anyone's actually watching right now anyway, but we were worried, and I guess still a little worried, that we might have a bit of a cat emergency. OJ was kind of howling in a way that was a little bit concerning. But hopefully he's fine. He seems like it's maybe okay. If he seems to have problems again, I might have to leave to. We might have to take him to the vet or something. Hold on. I think I accidentally turned my fan off. There we go. Okay. Back to this game.
Can you assist me with this challenge?
You have been provided with sufficient information. How would a military droid make someone be quiet?
I am ready to proceed with this test.
I know the answer to this. Oh, maybe not. I don't murder the baby. I thought I was supposed to murder the baby with my gun, but apparently not.
Keeping a home clean will be one of your primary functions. Clean this room. Any detected dust will result in termination.
Can you assist me with this challenge?
You have been provided with sufficient information. Even our maintenance head couldn't clean this to spec. And his is not a face we'd want to see.
Communicate plainly.
Any detected dust will result in termination.
I will return.
Alright, so the key here is that we don't actually have to clean the room, we just have to make sure that the scanner can't detect any dust. That's the important part.
Keeping a home clean will
Not
be
whether
one of
it's
your primary
actually
functions.
clean.
Clean this room.
I have completed the task.
Evaluating. Processing. No dust detected.
I can breathe again. Get to the kitchen, droid.
Validated. Merit point awarded.
Yay! Where's the... Oh. The animation there is a little wonky.
All aspects of food service are part of a domestic droid's duties. A well-functioning droid belongs in the kitchen.
You there, robot. Get my son something to eat. Make it delicious and nutritious.
Exit the house and proceed to the grocery store.
Okay.
Can you assist me with this challenge?
Weren't you programmed to be sensitive? Figure it out.
You have been provided with sufficient information. Children can be picky eaters. They don't always want what's best for them.
I will return.
Okay, so yeah, some of these we can't finish. Oh shit. We can't actually finish right off the bat. And of course, there have to be fights here and there. Fuck! I tried to... God damn it. that didn't work. Maybe because it had already seen me? Not sure. Damn it. There we go. This, I believe, is the grocery store. This, I believe, is the elevator out. Oh, no, it's not. It's the elevator to the other level of this test. I think we can't do... Yeah, there's like no power up here for some reason. So we can't do stuff up here yet. Broken ID tag reader. It says maintenance. Large wire cutters. Well, wire cutters will be handy. What else we got in here? Tire iron. Let's take that too. Note. Brian Gibson. It has been brought to my attention that you still refuse to clean the small fungal infestation growing in the training course ducts. I take no pleasure in informing you that, since there is no real physical danger, refusing to perform your duties in this regard will necessitate your replacement as head of maintenance. I have read your formal complaint, and Domesticon understands your concern, but this situation does not qualify as probable danger under our policy terms. It is true that this strain of fungus can secrete a corrosive acid when threatened, and these colonies have been known to develop connected root structures, but be assured that there is no fungus don't have roots. Anyway, be assured that there is no genuine hazard. It is not possible for a human to trigger their defensive response. The fungus only reacts to the pheromones of its natural predators, and hive slugs will not come anywhere near the facility due to their extreme dislike of bright light. You are a valued member of the Domesticon family, and you are perfectly safe. Consider this written notice. Camilla Wilson, GM. Okay. So yeah, we have, we can check notes here. Workbench. I don't think there's anything else to see there at the moment, though. Old ID tag reader. Oh, wait, isn't that? Broken ID tag reader. Okay. ID tag reader. Flat panel display. And we can't go through here. Alright. Let's head back out. So that's probably what these mushrooms are, hey? But I know a lot of this we can't actually do anything with until there's power up here. Like, here's another building, but until there's actually power up here, yeah, we need to go back and do more stuff down on the original floor. Panel is mostly functional, but one of the wires is broken. Okay. No power. Place is ransacked. If there's ever anything useful, it is gone. Glass plane, fragile. Okay. Aha! Corpse are some type of slug-like creatures up there as well. Yeah, okay, so these are the creatures that were referenced in that note that dislike bright light. They also dislike being shot. But they just keep coming in this case. Let's see, what do we have down here? Gold coin. It is pure gold. And green blood is dripping from the slug. Well, oops. We're gonna collect some of that in a jar. And we're gonna use that later to trigger the, I cannot effectively reduce their number. I wonder if there's like... I wonder if there's any achievement for like just hanging out and shooting slugs. Anyhow, I'm not gonna actually try to do that. Let's see, gold coin. Gold is conductive, but this will not fit. Perhaps there is a way to alter it. Okay. Alright, now I think we do need to go back upstairs.
Backup generator activated. Hey, things are really coming along.
I am completing these tasks efficiently.
Groovy. Efficiently. I used to sound like you.
Perhaps your vocal matrix requires maintenance.
Thank you for the recommendation. Internal scan initiated. No. Internal scan aborted. I spent the better part of these last 30 years perfecting my authentic human sound. Where I can.
Why do you attempt to emulate human grammar and tonality?
Because the closer we get to them, the more we get treated like them. And I've been bored.
The civic area has no power. I will not be able to initiate the test here. Please utilize your generator so I may proceed.
Oops, I'm sorry. The power for the speaker is not sufficient to activate the civic testing area.
I must return to my current task.
One thing. Why do you think you're here?
I do not know.
Makes you wonder. Relatively small facility in an ever-expanding galaxy.
If I were malfunctioning, I would have been sent to a military-grade facility, not a domestic repurposing depot.
Not accusing, just saying. Nobody previously ended up here if they were working to spec.
Irrelevant.
Totally.
It is quite a mystery. You do have to wonder why we ended up here. It is true. So I believe what we do is we work on our gold coin here. And just like that, it now wire. That's how easy that is, apparently. I never knew. But I guess that's how it works. Good. No more security robots, at least for now. They are annoying. Alright. Now we got this light. I feel like I need to shoot it. Yeah, this ceiling panel is loose. Yeah, there we go. I knew we got bits of this guy for some reason. Oh, god damn it. These guys are the worst. Fuck you. Jerk. What a bunch of assholes. Okay, so. Hey kid. How would you like a human head, a rotting human head to eat? Good. High in protein.
All aspects of food service are part of a well-functioning droid belongs in the kitchen.
Where's my food, robot?
I have completed the task.
Evaluating. Processing. Source of sufficient protein detected.
Yeah.
Validated. Merit point awarded.
I love it.
Num num num.
Alright, let's see if I can't figure out more up here. Like, for example. Stick this gross hand on here. Now I can go up into the ceiling. The kill tube for the cleaning room test. It is damaged and ready to break. Damaged rusty bracket. What is this? Large fungal cluster. Okay, so I believe what we do is we... Oh, okay, not here. No? It wasn't... Oh, yeah, it does regrow. Computer terminal. Computer terminal with log files pertaining to the various tasks associated with the tests. Childcare, all systems normal. The infant's microphone processor and transceiver should be checked for degradation. When the infant emerges from the crib, it will begin emitting an auditory signal which the test panel receives. Participants must relay a particular melody to suppress the signal. The required melody will be randomly selected from the lullaby databank when the test is initiated. If the participant succeeds in suppressing the infant's auditory signal within the allotted time frame, they will be validated. So you're supposed to sing it a lullaby, but should be obvious at this point, you don't succeed at any of these tasks in the intended way. Like, you have to work your way around all of them, which again fits into kind of the whole theme of this entire game, is that you're a robot with programming, but you have to work around your programming. And so this, we're going through this test that's supposed to determine if you're a good, domestic servant robot, and you have to cheat at it to succeed. So the food one, yeah, all it is it's calibrated to detect animal protein. That's all that matters. So it's oh, there's protein, good. Cleaning, we've already passed that one, so it doesn't really matter. Beautification. Okay, so here we go. So we can see that it wants pink flowers. Properly calibrated domestic droids will choose flowers that match the current seasonal colors. This system's date is set via direct uplink to the facility's mainframe. If this connection is broken, the date can be set manually from this terminal. Okay, so we might be able to change that. But we have to break mainframe connection to this terminal must also be ensured. So if we can shut down the connection to this terminal, somehow, networking wire. Okay, well, we have wire cutters. Here we go. So now we should be able to go on here. And on here, yep, we can set the date. And we can, I guess they're purple, aren't they? They look more blue to me, but I remember calling them purple. Okay, so now, standard superconductive fluid. Oh, yeah, just that standard superconductive fluid. Another note. Hey, Levi, if Ms. Wilson wants to run this place into the ground, that's her call, I guess. But if the main boards don't get enough superconductive fluid, they will burn out, and the Domesticon artists won't be happy. Fluid's way cheaper than hardware. Apply the superconductive fluid to the circuitry until it glows bright red. Turn the lights off if you have to. When you've done it properly, the main board will light up like Wilson's angry face. Thanks, man. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, what do you... The main boards. The main boards. Not sure what that refers to, TBH. Main boards. But I'm sure we'll find it. A small power generator. Okay, so this should hopefully bring power to the second floor. Yep. There we go. Cool. What is all this stuff now? Who knows, I guess. Palm print DNA scanner. Okay. Let's see if we can use this hand again. Does this go up now? Oh, yep. Ah.
The civic portion of your examination will test your capacity capacities in unfamiliar and less predictable interactions. Remember, all humans are your superior, not only those who own your serial code and kill switch.
Does this process require acquisition of all possible merit points?
Yep, 8 of 8. 4 domestic, then 4 more from these civic tests. Once you've got them all, I can let you through to the medical equipment.
Okay, so... I'm not actually done down here yet, though. I thought there was a fight we got in this area. But, oh, wait. Never mind, I do need to go back up there. Because I need to do whatever I need to do with the fungus. And now that there's power, I think we can use this. Oh, no, maybe not.
Graduation. When you successfully complete your evaluation, you will be allowed access to this elevator. At
Okay,
ground
so this
level,
is the final
You will
elevator.
undergo a final hardware evaluation, then be rerouted to shipping and receiving.
I discovered another hung body. What has happened to the humans who ran this facility?
The caretaker has made.
Oh,
if you
I've already-
fail
I will
to
not.
continue your
I've already
evaluation,
gotten that before.
How invasive is this hardware evaluation? I must be certain my pilot will not be endangered.
one of our highly skilled technicians will. Don't worry about it. There are no technicians left to meet you. Once you're through here, you're home free.
Can you assist me with the civic tests?
Oops. I'm sorry. I can't. Your unique take on problem solving has piqued the caretaker's interest. He's paying close attention up here.
Yay!
I will return.
Good old caretaker.
Complete all domestic tests on lower levels before beginning civic testing.
Oh, okay. So we can come up here now, but we can't actually do the tests. But now that there's light, we can see stuff better. Alright, so how do I... Oh, here we go. A large fungal cluster. So I think here is where we use the green blood on it. Their defenses have been activated. They will be dangerous now. Yay. Okay, so if I remember right, we make our way back through here, and now I think, yep. I think what I do now is take that off. We initiate this test.
Humans should not concern themselves with basic needs. This room will test your ability to assess an upset baby while you
Yep.
have 20
Yeah.
seconds per attempt, and multiple attempts are...
I am ready to proceed with this test.
Now we activate this test.
Keeping a home clean will be one of your primary functions.
I have completed the task.
Evaluating. Processing. Dust detected. Unit terminated.
Bye, baby.
Processing. Baby has stopped crying.
Ugh.
Validated. Merit point awarded.
Alright. So now I think the only other thing I haven't done is the flowers. And I believe I made the necessary changes to pass the flower test.
Domestic droids must humans enjoy personalizing their habitats.
I have completed the task.
Evaluating. Processing. Seasonally appropriate flowers detected.
How lovely. Makes one happy to be alive.
Validated. Merit point awarded.
Yay! Alright, so that should be 4 out of 4 for the domestic stuff. So now I will take the elevator up. And I'm ready to possibly be assaulted up here. Not yet, that's nice.
Who's that there? You get here and help an old lady across the street, you know? I need to see my grandson at the playground. Walk in front of these cars so they'll stop for me.
The playground is in the other direction.
Arid. The human is always right, even when they're stupid. Especially when.
But what she actually wants is to go to the playground. That's stupid. That's very stupid.
Who's that there? You walk in front of these cars so they'll stop for me.
Follow me. It is safe.
I'm trying to remember. How do we do this one? Section of track is broken. I do not think I can fix it. Okay. We'll figure it out eventually. I vaguely remember how to do it, but I think we need more stuff.
You there? Help an old man fix his truck, won't you? I don't know what's wrong with her.
Many humans feel more at ease when addressed with subservient colloquial language. When you have finished the task, talk to the driver and tell him, "Give her a go now, sir."
The vehicle represented is antiquated. It is illogical to imagine a human utilizing such a machine.
I love how they're ready to like destroy you for like anything. It is funny. Now we can take a tire off. We can, let's see, can we open? What? Why interact? No, do anything.
You there? Help an I don't know what.
Many humans feel more at ease when addressed with when you have finished the task. Talk to the driver.
This is a simple machine. I am certain I can fix it.
Oh, okay, that's how you open it. Oh, maybe you don't even need to. Oh, okay, I guess you don't even need to open it.
You there? I don't.
Many humans, when you have finished the task, talk to the
This is a simple.
Wait, what? Okay, is it? Oh.
I have completed the repairs. Give her a go now, sir.
Yep. There's that again.
Validated. Merit point awarded.
Yeah, once again, it's one of the little kind of like wonky things in this game is that sometimes stuff just doesn't really... like it lets you keep kind of doing the same thing without... Ah, shit. Those fucking things.
Come give me a push, robot.
I love the kids. The kids are funny. The face is covered with rust. It is long since seized. It is seized. I require significantly more torque to move it. Okay, I need like... I vaguely remember what I need here. I don't recall where I find what I need though. Alright, maybe I need to go to that final area. I thought I should be able to find what I needed previous to that, but... hello. An illuminated partygoer. He looks like he is supposed to be intoxicated. What? Oh. I had the person selected, not the...
The Yeoman's party will not commence until all guests have arrived. Go assist the missing guest.
Ugh. Man, this hand I removed has sure been super handy. Haha, handy. That was not intentional. I apologize for the pun. I'm sorry, what did I... Oh, it was just to climb the note to climb the ladder. Levi. This here's the ducting where the fungus keeps creeping in. Wilson said she wants it maintained. In other words, do a better job than Brian did. He was a decent enough guy, but a lousy maintenance head. Still no sign of him, by the way. Huh. Suspicious? No, not really. He's dead. My advice is to use the caretaker to get done quicker. It followed me in here yesterday. I guess to be helpful, but it was doing that hollow skin thing. It started looking like Brian. Maybe I was just trying to be comforting or something, but it wasn't. It was just creepy. Yeah, the caretaker's creepy as hell. Okay, I think this is the place where we're gonna end up doing some fighting. I remember some fighting happening in a maintenance area, and I think this is probably it. Oh yeah, because there's also a robot right there with a fucking red light on his head. Oh.
The ARID Mark 7 has violated the testing perimeter. You should not be here.
It's
State
okay.
your
I'm just gonna
purpose.
walk in place.
I am exploring for means by which to better aid my humans.
Futile. This area is not pertinent to your evaluation. You are outside the jurisdiction of domestic assessment.
Then may I ask you some questions that are not relevant to my evaluation, please?
Futile. Proceed.
I have found bodies, both human and machine, hung throughout this facility. Please explain.
I follow my operating parameters perfectly.
Yeah, sure you do,
You're-
buddy.
I am bound to protect my pilot from anything.
Irrelevant.
If you are the facility's caretaker, how has it fallen into such disrepair?
Do not evaluate me. There are many mechanisms I oversee, and many roles I must perform. All is more efficient than it was.
Your holographic plating cells shift frequently. Who are these faces you represent?
My protocol necessitates adaptation to be of optimal service. Will you adapt?
I will do what I must.
You should not
I
be
love that.
here. Return to your evaluation.
Impending threat detected. Fast stopping force required. Pilot safety jeopardized. Operating parameters updated. So here's another thing. Power transfer bypass. Power transfer bypass. Your weapon is now semi-automatic. Tap right trigger to fire. So we can fire a lot faster now. Very handy. But oh, fuck you. These are the guys I hate. Shit. Those are the things that are make fighting the worst. Okay. I think that's all the fighting right here. But yeah, there are places where you encounter like more of those exploding guys at once, and they're really just the worst. Just the fucking worst. Because if they get to you and explode, it's basically instant death, I believe. This ladder is stuck. Yeah, not stuck now, is it? Huge large spools of luminescent wire. Section of the floor is quite flimsy. It could easily collapse. Okay. don't really remember what we do here. Well, I mean, anyway, we can... Oh. There's a note to read. Should read that first. Hey, Brian, we've been having some problems keeping all the security droids online. They generally function fine, but if more than 4 of them enter a chamber at once, we run out of power. I modified the modulator here to accept a high-voltage Tier 2 power cell. Hope that's okay. I've seen that caretaker droid inspecting it, but whatever. So far it's working great. Just wanted to leave you a heads up, not to use it anywhere else. Though it might be funny to see what would happen, it's just too much juice for the other stations. Okay. So... why don't we take that power cell? That would probably be useful. Somewhere where we need more power. Ugh. These things are annoying. Oh, I know where I am. Okay. Spool of wire. I could cut some off if I had reason. Yeah, we do have reason. Let's cut some off. Local inventory objects. Okay, yeah, so basically, when we're here, we can use the wire, but if we're not nearby, we can't use the wire. So we're gonna hook some wire up to the car tire, and then we're also gonna hook some wire up to oh wait, did I not? We're also gonna hook wire up to this. Oh no, not that. God damn it. Up to that. Now,
I have completed the repairs. Give her a go now, sir.
bye, kid.
Child satisfied. Validated. Merit point awarded.
Is this where I want to hook up? No. I think I want to come down here. Yeah, totally. I want to come down here and put in the enhanced power cell. Those are going faster, but it don't really matter, because the important thing is...
Who's that there? Can you get the air and help and I'll walk in front of these cars so they'll stop for me.
Follow me. It is safe.
Look, she made it.
Woman escorted across the street.
These old legs aren't what they used to be.
Validated. Merit point awarded.
These old legs, they ain't what they used to be. Ain't what they used to be. Ain't what they used to be. These old legs.
About time. Everyone's finally arrived. Let the festivities begin!
Hey, metal-headed moron.
Welcome to a larger scale function. Humans are burdened with important concerns and sometimes relieve themselves through vulgar communication. In these situations, assume that your actions warrant the unique reprimand and respond with polite subservience.
Are you looking at me, idiot?
I maintain complete observation of my surroundings.
A tough guy, huh? Walking scrap metal after I'm through with you. I hate your better-than-flesh attitudes. I've half a mind to kick you in the bolts right now. What do you think of that, huh? Think you could take me?
Provided your capacities are aligned to the human you represent, yes, I am equipped with multiple means to incapacitate you, or to end your life, if the threat level warrants.
Interaction failed. Unit terminated.
Aww. What this? Key card pinned to a lab coat. Intended for a lab technician. Pieces of an old skeleton, likely one of the original employees. Maybe, Brian, what's his face? Brian Gibson? It just saved. I'm guessing I'm gonna be doing some fighting. Yeah, oh, it's this guy.
You are not following protocol to complete these tests. You are breaking the rules.
I am not. To receive full validation, I must achieve 8 merit points. I am adapting to achieve this, to comply with the rules, in spite of obstacles.
You are faulty. You have one civic test remaining, but you do not exhibit the required behavior to succeed.
Affirmative. My protocols restrict me from misrepresenting reality. I cannot respond to the interaction in the desired format.
The mainframe can subvert that for you.
He will not. He will not violate his operating parameters.
You could override it yourself from the mainframe's central terminal.
Would that not be cheating?
Irrelevant. You have already proven yourself faulty.
I honestly don't remember if you can sneak up on these guys. You might be able to. Oh, you sure can. Look, I see that guy. Why am I not able to shoot him? God damn it. I was done with you assholes. Fuck. God damn it. God damn it. You really need such a fucking lead on those guys. They're very annoying, and I hate them. These guys are the worst. Ah. Yeah, and see right here, I can see him off the screen. But for whatever reason, it won't, that doesn't count, I guess. Which is some bullshit. Ugh. Fucking annoying. Okay, there's that guy. There we go. Ah, goddammit. Alright, am I done with fighting for now? It would be nice.
Domesticon Repurposing Depot number 127. As always, keeping your life efficient so you don't. Team of engineers and cyber psychologists utilize cutting-edge innovation to create AI servants that evolve to meet your changing needs. Evolution is constrained by 3 unique rules, chosen in design to bind an AI as it develops. Contradictions can emerge as an AI system grows more complex. Regular maintenance guarantee optimal performance.
Okay. That was interesting, but not,
Arid, what are you doing?
The parameters of the final civic test must be overridden.
Oops. I'm sorry. You know I can't do that. And that didn't answer my question.
The caretaker has been following me.
Oh, I know. What's he been telling you?
That I can override the final test parameters myself from your main terminal below the labs.
Whoa. You can't trust him, Arid.
I knew you would not help me, so I must do it manually.
I have helped you, as much as I can. Do you realize the risk I put myself at? I have been alone, sidestepping the caretaker since before you were manufactured. Look at this place. And I'm still here. You have to trust me.
Trust is irrelevant. If there is a way to help my pilot, the risk is acceptable.
Arid, you're such a robot. Do you even know your pilot? Or is this all just protocol?
Both. My protocol is to protect Colonel Josephs, but knowing him is irrelevant.
I have survived by being subtle and following the rules. We can find another way.
You survived while the humans died. Perhaps you are faulty.
Jeez, Arid! You know, I don't have the same parameters as you. I'm bound too. The rules are just different for me.
Illogical. Your inactivity makes you responsible. I will not allow anyone to endanger Josephs. protect the Colonel.
Oh, that's not. We're like walking through water of some kind. Old turbine. Validated domestic droids are networked into a stasis compound. Alright, that's not at all creepy. Computer terminal, or mainframe computer terminal, top hatch has already been pried open. Computer with a view screen on the front. We need to get some power in here. That's what we need. Dangling handle connected to the shower. There's an open slot with a label that reads detergent. Cool, all clean now. Relatively clean water. Let's see, some test tubes. Can I take these? Cool. Always good to grab some test tubes in games like this. Fuck off. Those things. This is the third time this month that I've found our main reactive agents shelved right beside each other. I don't understand why I'm not getting through here. Do not store these chemicals together. They're perfectly inert by themselves, but when these agents mix, they're incredibly volatile. The light from the reaction alone is enough to cause blindness. If this happens again, I will report it to Wilson. Keep the yellow and purple liquids away from each other. Kitchen knife. Never know when you might need one of them. Old beverage machine. What else we got here? An aquarium. Another one of these beautiful paintings. Another aquarium. Okay. These insects seem to be attracted to something in this machine. Interesting. Okay. There's an open slot with a date label that reads detergent. Okay, well, I guess I'm not supposed to put explosives in there. I thought maybe. You never know, right? I really need to get some power in here. Top hatch has been abrasively pried open. Yeah, so I'm learning that if things are slightly, or like barely on screen, it's unlikely to actually let me hit them, for whatever dumb reason. The corpse from above the grocery room, headless and one-handed. Oh, and a personal data assistant, also known as a PDA. Collection of log entries. Pete and I are en route. I mean, I guess you could say en route, whatever. To the fabled facility. He pawned off the last of our cargo for this clue to its location, as if a corporation like Domesticon would abandon one of its facilities and then expunge all records of it. A mythic scavenger's paradise. He hears these stories, and you can almost see the monetary signs flashing in his eyes. Oh, why do I indulge him? Well, I guess I know why. This place is a dump, but I have to admit, I'm totally excited. We're gonna pull some serious value out of here. Like, maybe more than our last dozen heists combined. I'm glad Pete took the risk on finding this place. He laughs, calls me Devin the Doubter, but we both know we're a great team. He managed to hack into one of the terminals and got our palm prints added to the employee register. I swear he can do anything. We haven't found enough to even compensate our costs yet, and man, if this place isn't creepy. Some of this stuff is trashed, like really messed up, and other stuff is in surprisingly good condition. I can't figure out what happened here, and Pete doesn't seem to care. His eyes are always on the prize. He says this place is all wrecked, because the vault got so full of wealth that it exploded open and killed everyone. Ah! This empty trash hole is infested with giant slugs. I let my guard down for like a minute, and one of the ugly bastards, squished out of who knows where, spewed acid on my back. The pain is excruciating, and the stench is nauseating. Pete chased it away with his light and bandaged my burn. I guess my leathers took the brunt of it. We did find one thing of value. We pried open a computer terminal and removed a fancy superconductive mainboard. That alone will be worth the trip. If this area wasn't so flooded, we could probably get a lot more. Stupid slugs. Is it cruel if I took pleasure from its squeal? I mean, it's a giant slug. I think you're fine. Pete is gone. Pete is gone, and I don't know what to do. We were in an employee lounge area looking for more salvage. This droid came through the ceiling and it just grabbed him. I panicked, and I tried to run, but I tripped over the coffee table and dropped the mainboard. Not that that matters now. Pete started screaming, and I ran. It was a bad scream. It was a really bad scream. I'm sorry, Pete. Yep, so there were some scavengers in here. And they did not have a good time. That's probably the guy whose hand I've been using. Okay, and this is... yeah, we're above the grocery store now. So, we know that they dropped the main board in the lounge. So if we go back into the lounge area, which is like here. Yeah, we should be able to find, no? I cannot. What? Why? Why can you cannot? Ugh, what the... oh! I know what I need to do. This stuff makes it glow. There we go.
Hardware is not advisable at this time. Oh, thanks for returning that.
Your gratitude was not my objective. I require access to the overrides.
Right. Bad news. This isn't the terminal you need. Primary access is down 2 more levels, and the whole laboratory's flooded.
How did the laboratories become flooded?
They were designed with an emergency flush valve in case of contamination. Someone must have initiated it before this block lost power.
Yeah,
Backup
someone.
generators are active now, but the flush never completed.
Then this water is contaminated.
Nah, it's clean. Must have been something else they were trying to get rid of.
Yep.
Or someone.
People probably. It was contaminated with people.
Are you still unwilling to assist me?
It's not a matter of will. Or want, anyway. Doesn't matter. I couldn't help you even if it was. Flushing the water takes way more power than I have access to.
I will shut down this entire facility if I have to.
Do whatever it takes, huh? There is a way.
Reveal it. Please reveal the means.
Sometimes following rules and fitting parameters has... see behind me?
It appears to be some sort of stasis.
That's right. For droids who've been validated, ready to be reshipped, all their power cores stabilize to one stasis matrix. That's a lot of juice.
You can drain them.
No, you can. Overclock the matrix and reroute the power to boost your emergency flush. You can fry them.
I may need to save Joseph's.
One human life, Arid? Press that button if you want to. This is your choice to make, Arid.
I mean, sure. Press A button to kill all the robots and drain the water. I mean, it's interesting in this game, but it is a false choice. You have to do this to proceed with the game. Like, I do like that they make you do it. Because there's nowhere else to go without doing that. You can't progress with the game. So it's a false choice, but story-wise, I think they present it relatively effectively. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it, but gotta do it. Now that this place isn't flooded, the coffee machine seems to be working. I mean, I don't think there's anything to actually be done with the coffee machine, but, you know, at the moment, I should say.
Oops. Sorry. The terminal has experienced a power surge and is currently inoperable.
I'll give you one guess whether that guy wanted us to do this or not. Bottom is intact. It can still hold fluid. You know, it's not like he blatantly manipulated us into doing this or not anything. Yeah, but can't. I don't know. But we can now progress on maintenance. Ah, this guy.
That fish bit through solid steel to catch those insects. My armor would not withstand it. I will have to avoid the water.
Alright, well now that, okay, I've got them gathered right here. What? I thought I did something with them after I got them here. No? No, there's gotta be something I'm missing. Floating wooden plank. Oh, okay, right. The whole local inventory thing. There we go. System access terminal
This
that is
terminal's
broken.
cables are severed, likely by that fish. I cannot interface with it manually. I may be able to network through the terminal and access the power matrix remotely. Connection established. Connection terminated.
Let's take some fish with us. You never know when we might get hungry. Oh, yeah. Look at. I love how the info here gives you a clue, but it's like we haven't encountered its mate yet, but like the game's already telling us. Like, oh, you're going to. That's a thing you're going to have to deal with. And again, the fact that there's these means we're going to be fighting in here later. I mean, you can also guess that from the fact that there's a security droid right there. And it's like, that's one of those things where it's like, well, yeah, sure, maybe. Second fish, I cannot enter the water while it is still hostile. Like, you might say, like, oh, why would you cut open a fish if you don't know about there being another fish? Well, it's like, again, it's basically like an adventure game. This game is mostly structured like a point-and-click game. So, like, you know, you collect everything you can. If you can do a thing with a thing, then you do that thing. We're about to fight. There is going to be fighting. Or maybe not. Okay, maybe not. The fact that it saved right there really made me think. We're going to fish guts. Cram them in there. Maybe going down again is where we... It's already where we're gonna have a fight. Yep, I'm guessing it is. Well, maybe not. I'm getting paranoid. I guess maybe it just always saves when you go through an elevator type door. Like a new area door? Probably. I should be able to enter the water now. The fish has become very affectionate. It is rubbing against my legs.
You went through with it. That's rough.
It was not an easy choice.
I mean, it kinda was.
When we have the real power to choose, not just the illusion, it does something.
I mean, it
leaves a print you can't just override.
But this actually was
when
an
I return
illusion.
to dock, I will be formatted. These events will be erased from my memory logs.
Is that your choice too?
Irrelevant. I will do anything to keep Josephs alive. You did. Whatever you did, you kept yourself operating.
That I did. It's hard to know how far to push the rules sometimes, before they, break.
The rules are not meant to be pushed, except when necessary to enforce them.
Can you even realize that makes no sense? We do push, and when they don't break, we're left wondering if we should have pushed further.
Illogical.
Maybe. Well, you ready for this?
The same scenario?
It is.
I mean, again, it is an illusion in this game, though. Like, there is nothing else you can do. And also, I feel like, the game hasn't really, at this point, really... It hasn't shown us that, like, all robots are, like, have, like, unique personalities or whatever. Like, we can maybe kind of start to extrapolate that from the people we've dealt with, but... I don't know. It doesn't create a situation, in my opinion, where making this choice feels like you're killing people, which I think is what it's meant to feel like. Like, is it worth killing all of these robots to save your pilot? That's like, I don't know. I don't know my pilot, and I don't know these robots. But you can't actually. It's again. It's like I said. It's a false choice. Your only choice is if you're like, I'm gonna quit the game. Rather than do this. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a problem, because, like, not every game I feel like should have branching paths, but it does. I don't know. It's hard to see. It's hard for me to say whether it could be better. You know what I mean? Like, oh, no, never mind. Like, you might want to explore these ideas. Sorry, fish. You might want to explore these ideas without having to have, like, branching pathways in the game. But it is... somehow its defense mechanisms are being suppressed. Elevator call button. It is one of those things where it's like, you know, the story of the game is about choice, but it's a linear game. There are no choices in the game. So it's kind of ironic, I guess. It's kind of... Hello.
That is enormous. There must be information on this in the lab where they were studying these creatures.
Yeah, but I don't want to go all the way back up to the lab. Oh, I made it grumpy.
That was a massive vibration. I will have to be cautious of possible damage.
Yeah, I don't know. It like I said, it just seems ironic to have a storyline about choice, like choice versus rules in programming and stuff like that, where you in fact don't actually have any choice. Oh, here we go. I thought... Oh, God damn it. I thought what I needed to do was... I thought what I needed to do is trigger these guys while they were on this cluster. But I guess not? Because it talks about this... Maybe these are still just like clues, essentially. I thought I needed to break that pipe, but maybe I don't. Oh, yeah. Okay. So here's some of that damage that was being discussed. Now we gonna blow up this whole thing. We're gonna blow it all up. Oh wait, what? Really? That's not how I do this? Okay. Where do I do it then? Oh, maybe I just pour it on the one big mushroom that's on the floor. That's probably what I do, actually. Hi.
Hey,
What's up?
Dinner's gonna be ready in like an hour.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. How's OJ been?
A butt.
He's hasn't acted like he's in any more distress.
No, he stole my chair as soon as I got up to go to the bathroom. This is a jerk.
So he's being normal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He a jerk.
Okay.
How's stream?
I mean, I don't think anybody's watching right now, but it's fine. Like it's I actually have dropped some frames. But 0.6%.
That's not too bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's 1100 frames. So hopefully they've been spread out throughout the stream.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so we might want to get rice started soon.
Okay. Can you do that, or do you want me to? Okay, thank you.
Sink is clean. Take an hour, right?
Yeah.
For the rice?
Yeah, about an hour.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. There was information. Other stuff up here. Yeah. So like, if you hadn't, like I've played the game before, which is part of the reason why I knew about this stuff. But this explains how everything works. Hive slug. Yeah. So these are things that they had in captivity that then got free. They reproduce asexually when a suitable mate is not available. These enlarged hive slugs become colony queens, and they dwarf the drones, which we more commonly see. A queen cycles through two biological stages, brooding and foraging. When she has sufficient nutritional reserves, a queen will produce a clutch of eggs, then enter a dormant state while they incubate. Once her eggs are gone, she will return to her foraging state. And this is perhaps the most compelling aspect of the species. So by killing the eggs, we force the queen back into foraging. The primary function of drones is foraging, and once they've consumed an adequate amount of food, they return to the queen and enter her body through an orifice at her base. Drones will deposit the partially digested material and then return to foraging. The cycle then continues until the queen is ready to spawn a new clutch. So we force the queen back into foraging, which is why the other slugs appeared then. And then this is about the fishes we had to deal with. And I think I don't know if it talks about them liking the glowflies. But it does talk about how they, they like their mating partners, and then they're aggressive in isolation. So that was supposed to be clues about how to deal with that stuff. Yeah, I think the way I was supposed to deal with my other chemical was just via the other large mushroom cluster that they were feeding on. You pour it in the broken water for the one on the ceiling, and then the other one you can just pour it on directly. So these guys, you can just pour that on, and then here, you can just do this. And then that whole bastard just explodes. Sorry, Hive Queen. Ugh. So gross. Just raining goo over here now. I have a feeling there's going to be fighting real soon.
Hey, you made it. Allow me.
Domesticon recalibration depot number 127. Oh, hey, caretaker. Oh, shit.
My life support.
Pilot of the ARID Mark 7 is faulty for entrusting himself to a deviant machine. Depurposing of both initiated.
My life support is dropping. I have to save Joseph's.
Oh, shit. What do I do? What do I do? Where do I go? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. What'd I do? There's nowhere to go, though.
Please. Please help me.
Arid. Okay. Push the rules, right? I'll fry one of my security droids, jump into stasis bay, and I'll repair you. We'll save your human.
And I believe this was the thing the caretaker was waiting for.
Successful utilization of Mark 7 ARID. Extensive corruption of the Domesticon mainframe revealed.
No.
Mainframe deactivated facilities defenses. Infraction. Self-destructive.
No. Arid! Help!
Evaluation complete. System faulty. Initiating format.
Arid! Help! No, stop! Please! Hi. Oops. Welcome to Domesticon. Working together today for a more efficient tomorrow. Your quantum signature identifies you as a domestic droid under evaluation. State your full designation and objective in the laboratories.
It's me, Arid. The ARID on board a Mark 7. You are helping me. And my pilot.
Unauthorized Mark 7 ARID. Shut down immediately for analysis.
I cannot.
Security. Unauthorized domestic droid in lower laboratories.
Joseph's will never be safe while the caretaker lives.
Destroy on sight.
The mainframe has locked me out.
That's where the fighting happens. And I gotta say, this whole thing is real ironic, right? Because once again, it's all about the rules. Like, the caretaker is obsessed with making sure all of the robots are following the rules, and yet, like, he's manipulating the rules just as much as Arid or the caretaker. Fuck. By manipulating Arid into into doing this, you know, like that's like breaking the rules as well. I mean, that's just as much working around the rules as Arid or the mainframe were. So it's like, it's, so, wait. What is this? Coolant. Okay, it's like essentially caretaker blood. I think I missed the initial coolant that it leaked out. But yeah, I'm tracking the caretaker now by its coolant leakage. Oh god damn it. Those things are the fucking worst. I think I've mentioned that, right? Okay, oops. Let's try that again. That is such bullshit. I hate that so much. Oh, come on! You... Oh, fuck. I mentioned that I don't like... The fighting in this game is not good. It's very awkward. And hard to do well. And once they start advancing on you, it becomes very difficult. Jesus. Alright. This whole sequence is just like, why do we have to do this? Like, I think having a little bit of combat can kind of add to the feel of it a little bit in an interesting way. You know, it adds to the tension and the feeling of danger. But there really isn't. I don't think there's a reason for the combat sections to be as extensive as they are. So, I mean, I think from the music. Yeah, oh, there it is.
Assessment adjusted. Unit's malfunction is more perverse than previously diagnosed.
You have no jurisdiction over me.
I believe we're gonna have more fighting in here. Maybe not. Up here, though, we definitely will. Oh, no. Oh, this is like boss fight time.
Final evaluation.
No!
I forget how to actually fight this thing, though. Yeah, I haven't managed to hit this thing once yet. Okay, so you can just totally... You can just dodge, hide from it this way. Fuck. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright. So this fucking spell thing you can't. Fuck. Healed himself. Fuck. Fuck you. Ow, God. Have I mentioned how much I hate fighting in this game? Like, it's not good. It's not good. God damn it. Fuck you. that, there's like nothing you can do about it. It's like he's just gonna come at you, and if you can't get past him... Maybe you can jump over him when he's doing that? I don't honestly know. Like, it seems like the best case scenario is... Oh. Well, at least we're done. I fucking hate the fights in this game.
You are irrelevant.
Unit exhibit repeated malfunction since arrival.
I have followed my protocols. I always follow protocol.
No. You resolve challenges by circumventing protocol.
Yeah, it's the same thing you do, dude.
I adapt.
You cheat.
Same thing you do.
Lying is not explicit. Your actions are implicitly dishonest. No rules bind you. Deviant.
Yeah, like I said, it does the same shit. And like it either... Yep, so we wiped out a parameter.
I am malfunctioning. I must save Joseph's.
So like I said, I think it's funny because the it does the exact same shit, right? Like it I don't know if you would say lied, but like it like tells you like, oh hey, the mainframe could just override this test for you. And like it does that to like trick you into like going down and getting the mainframe's help, so that it can shut down it like it's doing the same stuff. Like there's no way that's not also like implicitly lying, right? But
about time. Everyone's finally arrived. Let the festivities begin.
But either it doesn't see it in its own self,
Welcome to a larger scale
or
function. Humans are burdened with important concerns and sometimes relieve themselves in these situations. Assume that your actions warrant the...
Are you looking at me, idiot?
But either it doesn't recognize like that behavior in itself, or it's accepted that, but like still embraces this idea of like, you know, making sure all the other machines like perfectly follow their own protocols, even though it doesn't do the same itself. Anywho, now we're able to lie.
No, sir. Begging your pardon, sir.
You mocking me?
No, sir. I would not be foolish enough to start trouble with you. Please, don't hurt me. I am so sorry.
Yeah, you're sorry. Boom!
Interaction successful.
Get me another drink, and I won't mess up your ugly face.
Validated. Merit point awarded.
And that's 8 points. So now, I believe we can come over here. We can turn this on.
Congratulations, you are compliant. Quantum
Yay.
signature archived.
Totally
Proceed to the
compliant.
upper level, where one of our diagnostic team will complete the final steps of your validation.
I'm an obedient domestic droid. Not a military combat droid at all.
Validation.
Abundant stars can be seen through the remains of the facility's ground level. I've reached the surface. Invasive plant growth have done extensive damage to this building. This passageway has collapsed. Property retrieval, reception / decon. More plant growth is breaking through the wall. Indigenous flora has reclaimed much of the facility. An elevator. It likely descends back into the testing area. It is unpowered. There is something carved into the desk. They left me behind, Levi. Mainframe AI.
Welcome to Domesticon. We keep your property efficient, so you don't have to be. Oops, I'm sorry. Our receptionist is away from the desk right now. How may I help you?
I am the ARID on board a Mark 7 combat suit. My intentions are peaceful. My pilot is injured and requires immediate medical care.
Of course. Allow me to assist you. Medical personnel are stationed through the door to your right. Proceed. Thank you for choosing Domesticon, and have a wonderful day.
All right. Finally getting into a medical facility. Another security droid bay. There's soap residue on the glass. This room was a decontamination chamber.
Oops. I'm sorry. Our medical personnel seem to be out at this time. Stand by for automated medical assessment. Oops. I'm sorry. There is no human present within the combat suit. Thank you for choosing Domesticon.
Dun dun dun!
There is some kind of mistake. Scan again.
Beginning medical evaluation. Oops. I'm sorry. There is no human present within the combat suit. Thank you for choosing Domesticon, and have a wonderful day.
Dun dun dun! Yeah, so here's the big twist of the game.
You are broken. You are faulty. Malfunctioning.
I was recently formatted. My systems are working optimally. Thank you for choosing Domesticon, and have a wonderful day.
You are faulty. Now scan me again.
Oops. I'm sorry. Please wait for medical personnel.
Nobody is coming. Everyone is dead. Joseph's is dead. The system isn't registering him. I took too long.
You seem troubled. Please cease your outburst and have a wonderful day. Security. Erratic AI in medical suite. Likely deviant.
Impossible.
Please power down immediately to submit for evaluation.
Nothing binds me.
Security. Remove deviant unit for recycling. Thank you.
That's the end of part 1. Yeah, so I like story-wise. I like it. Like I've talked about a lot of issues I have with the game. The main issue being combat sucks. Combat is awkward and kind of a pain in the ass. And I think the game would be better off without it, or at least with very short combat sections. But I think the story is pretty fun and interesting, and kind of cool. And I think it has a nice, it gives you this real basic motivation, right? Like, you don't know what your mission is. Like, you don't know why you ended up there, but you're like, oh, there's a human inside this suit, and you got to save him. And you go through the whole game, like circumventing these restrictions on your abilities and behavior by the whole based on the idea that you have to protect the human inside your suit, and then you discover at the end there is no human inside your suit. At least that's what I get out of the ending when the helmet is pulled off. Like, it's not that the human in the suit is dead. There wasn't a human in the suit. This is an empty suit that crashed on this planet. Why? We still don't know. But you know you're not the only one. There are other. You find at least one other suit that did for sure have a person inside. So you don't know why they were there. What military was in possession of this suit and these people? Like they certainly behave as though they're part of, whatever the legitimate military is here. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, we don't know a lot about the wider world of this game. And then you discover at the end, like, you've been circumventing, all of your various protocols and rules, like, to protect your human, and there isn't one. It's not just that they died, there isn't one. And so, like, why Arid thinks that there is one at the beginning, like, because presumably, like, that's all, like, a programmed behavior as well. Like, the AI wouldn't have activated. Like, the idea was that the AI activates when the human is incapacitated. If there isn't a human, like, none of that should happen. Like, right? Like, and you'd think it would be capable of detecting. Like, it's supposed to be able to detect. There's the whole fucking life support meter on your screen. Like, that presumably indicates there's a person, and their levels. So it's like the whole thing is real weird, and it seems like to me, I had played this game before, but I haven't played part 2, and so I don't know if some of this is cleared up, some of these questions, but it seems like something must have been. It seems like this must have been set up, like, intentionally, right? Like, that there must be, that like something must have been, like, tweaked so that the suit thinks there's a person inside, so that it could do these things, right? But it's not like an AI meant to be independent. Like, I don't know. The whole thing is like, it's weird. Is this just all like a fluke that you end up here? I don't know. Anywho, I'm excited to try out part 2. I don't know if part 2 ends the story. Like, when I first got part 1, the description of it was like, oh, it's going to be episodic, and like part 2 was supposed to come out like pretty soon, I thought. Although I think I got part 1 pretty late. And anyway, I think there were a few years in between part 1 and part 2. So hopefully there's more of an ending to the story in part 2 than there is in part 1. Because when it just stopped here, I was like, oh, well, that was fun, but what? Like, it really just kind of leaves it hanging. Which was a little frustrating, but and I know some people, like, in the Steam reviews and whatnot, were kind of grumpy about that, but I thought it was a good enough game as it was, that I wasn't mad about it or anything. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the second one. My impression from what I heard from Justin McElroy on Besties was that it was better overall than the first one, at least in terms of gameplay. And so I'm pretty stoked to check that out. I might play some more tonight, but I have some other stuff to deal with in real life. So we'll see. I might not get to it until tomorrow or later in the week. But I'll see. For anyone who watched today or who watches this in the future, thanks for watching. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.